Thunder Punch He-Man. New Eternia Masterverse. This is going to be awesome. Let's do it. So I've mentioned it multiple times here on the channel. I am not big on the nostalgia of this line. I did not grow up in it. This was not my toy collection in general. When I was a kid, I was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is very much a line that I am interested in right now in my adulthood. But that doesn't mean that I don't see toy history, understand it, and appreciate it. And boy, can I tell you, I remember all the cap gun stuff. When I was very, very little, I had a gun with caps. You shot it and it spun the little thing and it would make that very satisfying noise. Kind of like when you threw pops on the ground, though it was a little bit louder. And it would also, sometimes the smoke would travel up the gun. If you'd shot it enough times, those cap guns then would come out the front of the gun. I don't know guns. The nose, the barrel of the gun, and I would be like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm just like in the movies after I shoot so many times. Well, there were also toys that did stuff like this. I remember toys where you would move them, or you would like scrape something on their back and they would like spark. You would see sparks in their chest or something like that. Or like they would spit out sparks. I remember there was even like, not that I had one, of course. I say of course like that matters one way or another. If you collect them, I really don't care. Collect what makes you happy. But there was a Barbie that used to like skate and she would like send sparks. And all these toys kind of got recalled and changed over time where they were like, we can't do that. We are not allowed to do that. You absolutely cannot do that. No sparking toys. He-Man has one of these in his legacy. A Thunder Punch where you put these caps in an armor piece, like the thing. That was his play gimmick, his mechanism. You would put these pop things in, and then you would do whatever it is that he's supposed to do, so he would punch with thunderous power. Awesome. That is legit awesome. And he's one of those toys that, like I said, became a big no-no. We can't do things like that. Don't do things like that. We're not going to send out a He-Man where kids can hurt themselves and play with little sticks of dynamite, that kind of idea. Okay. Because of the toy history alone, this guy infinitely interests me. Now, he still fits the standards of today. He's not actually going to pop. He's not going to explode and give off little fireworks. I'm fine with that. I prefer action effects to action features. We've talked about this many times now, and I even have a video on here specifically addressing that. But that's okay. He doesn't have to do that, because he'll come with action effects that make me happy, I'm sure. I mean, I already know that he's going to come with thundering punches. Otherwise, what else is there to check out? Well, every He-Man in this line that has been released has been unique. I have an entire video on this channel talking about my favorite He-Mans, like a countdown of the Masterverse He-Man figures. And I specifically mentioned that every single figure that they put out has a different soul to it. That is amazing to me. It is amazing to me that they can continually put out He-Man after He-Man after He-Man after He-Man in this line, and yet I have yet to come across a moment where I just feel like I'm buying the same He-Man again. When I buy Faker, when I buy He-Skeletor, when I buy He-Man, when I buy another He-Man, when I buy a third He-Man, when I buy a fourth He-Man, when I buy Anti-Eternia He-Man, when I buy Wondar, they're all just repaints of He-Man. The Origins line is a repaint extravaganza. I'm not saying that Masterverse doesn't have reuse, but every He-Man legit feels unique in this line, and that is impressive. So I'm curious to see how this one stands out alongside the other He-Man. Let's open him. There he is, Thunder Punch He-Man. I like this artwork here where he's punching Barbarian Skeletor in the face. I think that's really cool. And it does play right into the new Eternia stuff that's already been put out. I like the side art right here. Once again, I really do wish that this was full artwork that we could get, but they will release an art book. There's no doubt about it in my mind, so I'm not that worried about it in terms of the boxes. Right here, we get an idea of the figure, and we see the main features of the figure. One, his backpack looks like it's going to have a cap device, which is really neat. The cap device is also in this shield. I love this sword, by the way, this power sword. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And he comes with Thunder Punch effects. Down here at the cross cell, we talked about this last time, but let's do it again. Thunder Punch He-Man, I have him. So, of course, we're doing the video for him right now. Emperor Hordak, I have him, have not done the video. Leech, I have him, have not done the video. Cyclone, I have him, and we have done the video. So if you'd like to check that out, you can go back into the playlist and check that out if it's not already in the annotations that you can just click. Either way, that's enough of the box. Let's open him up. Whew, that's an ugly He-Man. But I love it. I'm not joking. I'm being very serious. I kind of love it. This is one of those very gruff looking, aged, no BS, kind of mad looking, gruff He-Man figures. He is not pretty. He is an absolute muscle man, warrior first and foremost, not worried about his feathery hair, not worried about his fantastic Prince Adam looks. This dude is a rough, tough, making it on his own in the wilderness He-Man. That's awesome. I love it. I like his boots. We went back to the normal fur. We do not have the boot knife, but that's okay. Not every He-Man needs stuff like that. Like I said, every one of these should feel unique, and I like this idea. I really do. I like this M right here, or this H, this He-Man. I'm sorry, this H, not an M. I like that. Small problem right here, but not one that we have to deal with. We can fix it. There we go. Because this isn't like a solid apparatus, we are going to deal with something like that every now and then, but that's okay. The armor looks pretty good. I like these, whatever these are. Like I said, I like his face, actually. I kind of do. And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Faker face. If I'm not mistaken, that's what that is. That was the face that was on the Faker, finally repainted to be on He-Man. Everybody kept saying that they wanted that. Well, now you got it. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Look what you've done to me. But like, it's fine. I really do. I like it. I don't hate it. Let's see. Do we turn this to open it? Oh, that's wild. It does make pop noises. That's cool. It opens. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That it actually still makes like a popping noise. I wonder how long that works before it finally like bears out on you though. As crazy as it is, he came with pops. I mean, they're not actually pops, but like he came with the exact style of kind of like pops that I had when I was a kid. Like that kind of blows me away. That's really, really cool. This sword is awesome. Simple repaint. Simple repaint, but awesome nonetheless. A gold power sword, a gold sword of power, a gold sword of he is awesome looking. And it's the one that I like with the wrap here. So this is really, really nice. He does come with punching hands, and of course he's going to need those punching hands for super awesome lightning punching effects, right? Of course. And I like this shield thing here. This shield thing is very unique and very cool, and we will actually talk about it. Looks like the gold pops go into the backpack. I'm not sure why, in all honesty, but as far as I'm seeing on the back here, the gold ones go here, the red ones go here. I wonder if it really matters. Well, regardless, that's what we're going to do. we're going to put the gold ones in here. That's so cool. Look at that. That's that's a nostalgia trip right there for anybody that was ever interested in such a thing anyway. And then you could see it in there. So as it turns, you could see it in there turning, kind of giving you the effect of what you would have grown up with and whatnot. And then this, the same idea, it kind of slides in here. Let's get it in there. It's tough. There. That's in there now. And this goes down like that. That is awesome. That's a top grade shield right there. Like, it is a top grade shield. I love that effect. It just hangs right there. So there it is. Then he has the shield, and he could literally, if he wanted to, if this is your sword hand or whatever, he could basically, you know, move that shield over here, bring his hand over, grab the sword, pull it out. That's cool. I like it. It's really unique. It's cool. It really adds an idea to him. But let's do what we want to do here, what we want to see here. We want to see one of these thunderous punches, right? Are we looking for a right hand? A right hand, big old, oh no, haymaker, end of your life? Yeah? There, we took that hand off. Let's put this hand on. There, got it. It can be a little tough sometimes on the hands the first one or two times that you pop the wrist in and out, but it's not an absolute catastrophe. You will get it. It will be fine. You'll get it. It'll work. There we go. This is the proper punch right here. It just kind of squeezes onto the hand. Is this the way? I think so. I think that's supposed to be the idea, that it squeezes on like that. Or maybe I'm having troubles here. Having trouble getting it to go. There, I think I got it. I'm actually a little confused here, if you want the truth of it. I didn't figure that this would be hard in any way whatsoever. So it looks like you just forced it onto the hand. And the idea is, so we have this right here, because the effect for this right here shows us, whoop, that it goes down over like that. So we want this one to go right here. We basically force it onto the fist, force it down till it kind of fits snugly, and there we go. Just a very much like an across, like he's, whoa, bow, right? No, see, this is tough. The effects are not great. I gotta be honest here this time. I wish they would have plugged in to this armor piece right here. It probably would have helped them quite a bit. What if we turn it this way, right? And we get the hand on there. Is that a better fit? This is tough. I am curious. So we have a punching hand, and you imagine that would be the hand that you want to use. Does the gripping hand work better because it's open? Does it fill up more space maybe in the thing? No, it does not. The punches are a bit of an issue. I'm having trouble with the punches, which I was not expecting to have any problems here. I might have to watch somebody else's video and see how they're doing it, like how they get it to fit, because as far as I could see, I shouldn't be having any troubles here. This is the effect. There looks like there's two little things inside of there. Let me see if I can get that to focus. See, there's two little notches there and there. You imagine they would kind of hug the fist. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, push it down onto that hand. Maybe this is the issue. Maybe I need something. Is that in its way? Is that in the way? I don't know. Here, let me put this up. Let me put the hand straight down like this. Now it's sticking on there. So this appears to be kind of in my way for what I want to do with this. So when you, there we go. When you decide to do this, you might want to do something like this, right? Where you kind of lift into this big, mean, like lifting punch, right? Bow! That kind of thing, because this sticks on there. It does work, but it is giving me some trouble in terms of how it sticks onto the hand. Once you get it on there, it will stay. But this little piece right here does seem to be a small hindrance. It does actually seem to be a minor hindrance, one that we could complain about, I'm sure. And some people probably are going to complain about it. But I'm sure that once you mess with it enough, call me an apologist if you want to, that's fine. I actually believe mess with it enough and you'll be okay. But maybe this really should have been built with this part in mind, because this bump right here does get in the way of it. See, it doesn't want to push down onto there. But if I turn like this, go like this, and do a literal straight hook, now I can get it down all the way onto the hand, and it's on the hand. It's on there now. It's not going anywhere. This bump right here is a bit of an issue. They probably should have saw that coming, but I don't hate it nonetheless, in all honesty. Let me take this hand off, put the grip hand back on, and we'll talk about it real quick. So, the thunder punches need to be worked with a little bit. I'll mess with them, I'll figure out how I feel that they work the best, and then I'll move on with my life. I don't hate anything about him right now. I think he looks great. I think the apparatus is very believable and cool. I like the reds, I like the gold, I like the pops, that you actually got the little pop effect, like, not that they actually pop, but it's cool that they're referencing part of toy history in its design. The pops are there. That is really cool. And then I love that gold power sword. I like his big mean face. Not my favorite He-Man face, but enough that I find him unique. I think he's cool. I think he works. I'm happy with it. I mean, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, it's one more He-Man on the shelf that I'm happy to have. Like, no contest, no problems, in all honesty. I'm happy to have him. I'm happy to put him on the shelf. You could argue that the Thunder Punches being a bit of a miss could bring the character down. And I won't argue with you if you feel that way. But I'll also say that these would not be too hard to simply heat up, move around a little bit, and make work for you. And once you do get them forced onto the hands, they hold. If you absolutely had to, when you decided to throw the Thunder Punch, you could very well just take off that part. This is attached in a way where you could keep this on, but unattach this part and this part, put that part back on, put the effect on, and you wouldn't see this anyway because he would be throwing the punch. And I almost have to wonder if that was part of what they did. Did they do that? It's very hard to see, but the way they took the pictures, no, it's definitely on there. This is definitely on there. And it looks like the way this wraps around, this part right here is wrapped around the pop area thing of his hand. Right there. So that should definitely go on right like this. And that should wrap around there, and this really should not be a hindrance, though it is. It feels like a mild hindrance. It didn't really want to sit on his hand, but that's fine. I really feel like I'm going to get over it. I like his battle armor. I think it's unique. Everything else about him is a win. I'll figure out how I want to do the effect if I ever have to take photos of him or choose to take photos of him and want that effect. And there's also the very real possibility, I didn't try it out, that the effect just simply will transfer over to any He-Man that I want to give it to because I know that it fits the hand perfect. It just doesn't fit this bump. So maybe I just transfer that effect over to another He-Man that I want to punch somebody real hard. Either way, the effects will pay for themselves in terms of photography, and the figure itself is absolutely fantastic. I don't see a loss here. I still see only victory. And that's enough to keep me happy. Catch you guys later. I have now added Thunder Punch New Eternia He-Man to the shelf, and I'm happy with him. Later on.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.